Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I want to do another test for using it later on a bigger painting, and that is to add cells after the pour is already done. Meaning I'm gonna add the silicone oil on top of it. Normally when you do a pour with silicone you get cells all over the place randomly, but I want to apply it in a symmetrical pattern on top of it. It's also called Chameleon effect or technique. It has been done from several artists, so have a look around too if you want to have more information on it. I want to just try a few different things because I want to see what looks better, like a light flip cup, which you could imagine with different colors than two eventually, or on a dark swipe. I can imagine on a dark swipe it gives more contrast, and I think for me personally it might look better, but that is what we're gonna find out now. For a chameleon technique it's important that you have a tool with rather big distance between these points. The biggest I have is this, but it's only 3 points, so that's kind of a bit difficult. Perhaps on this side of a size of a coaster it would still work, but I also have a comb. The distance is not very big, so if you have something from a dollar store or something that is even bigger, it would probably be better. Okay, for the rest I'm gonna use 100% silicone oil, and I'm gonna put it with a little layer in a big container, and then just gonna dip the comb on it and put it onto the painting, on the little test painting that I make. So I'm gonna make a light normal flip cup without silicone obviously, and a small dark swipe. So I'm gonna prepare that now, and then we're gonna see how it looks. Okay, so I applied the paint on the tiles. Again, this is not necessarily to make something super pretty, but to really just find out what works well. I used rather bright colors because I want to see that contrast, if it happens and how it happens on the tile. Some advice for a swipe: you can use a damp paper towel for the swipe, but don't put it at the side and then swipe, but really on top, because otherwise you wipe off paint, which most of the times really happens. Swipe is not as easy as it looks. I mess it up a lot, but then you just swipe again in the other direction. Flip cup obviously is a flip cup, but no silicone, so let's just give it a go. Okay, so as always, blue or turquoise takes really over, half of the colors are gone, but for the purpose of the test, it's still a bright pour. Well, this is a dark pour, so that's good enough for me. I only popped the air bubbles now because I don't actually want additional cells. What you see here is actually lots of cells developing. That's because of density. I don't really want that. I only want the pattern from the Chameleon cells. But okay, let's dab this in a bit. And what I want to do on my big painting is vertical cells. Okay, for the swipe one, the idea is indeed that you have like a dark surface and the light colors are shining through. That does happen, but it's also mixing, so the turquoise goes into the orange goes into the green, so it's, for my taste, probably a bit too mixed up, but I mean, it gives obviously the effect. Still, it would fit for the painting that I want to do, but if I want to do it as standalone, I probably would use colors that go well together, like have a look at the color wheel, because otherwise you have this problem with muddy colors. Okay, so both of it has more or less the effect that I expected. Let me get you to the other side. Okay, like this you can eventually see it a little bit better. On the left side, that flip cup was so bright, but I think it gives kind of a cute, not very in your face effect. So it definitely works. I don't think I would necessarily like it if it's a very nervous flip cup, but it's always a matter of taste, obviously. For the black one, it does what I wanted to do for my new future big painting, but it is a little messy. So I think, like I did here, I should leave a bigger distance, because you see it's very close by now. And I think I would use, for sure, no yellow, because that looks really ugly up here. I would use orange. So anything that doesn't look too terrible with black in it. I also eventually would use a little bit more black. So that's why you do tests, obviously. If you don't want to do a big painting, then that's probably what you should do. I also figured that you don't need to dip it in every single time, but can put multiple, but in between, after some, I would wipe it off, that it doesn't transport too much different color into the next. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. I hope this helps you for some decisions for your paintings to make. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and I hope to see you back soon.